we have here a basic, very popular style of probability question. You've got a bag with a bunch of marbles in it, and it wants to know what are the odds of drawing a red marble out of this bag. Well, in its basic form, you just say how many red marbles are there? There's 7. How many total marbles are there? There's 17. So the odds of pulling a red is just 7 out of 17. Well, let's think about that. 7 divided by 17 is like 41%. But 5 out of 9 is 55%. So we want to have higher odds of drawing red marbles. And the way we're going to do that is by adding red marbles to the bag, right? The more red marbles you mix in, the greater your chances of pulling a red. So I'm going to extend this fraction. I'm going to say I don't just have 7 red marbles on top. I have 7 plus some number. And on the bottom, I don't have 17 total marbles. I have 17 plus all those new red marbles I dumped in. And when will this probability be at least 5 over 9? In other words, at least 55.56% or whatever. Well, one way you could do it is just plugging numbers in and checking, right? Try n equals 3. Does it work? That would just be, 10 over 20? That's 50%? Not quite. Try 6. Try 9. So plugging stuff in is a very acceptable way to work through this. I want to show how to do it exactly using fractions. Okay, and if you're fine plugging in, that's good. You go ahead and stop the video here. But here's another method of solving this one that I think is a little more powerful generally. 7 plus n over 17 plus n equals 5 over 9, right? That's the probability I want. I want 5/9 chance of pulling a red. So now we just multiply each side to get rid of the fractions. I'm going to multiply this side by 9 and multiply this side by 17 plus n. And I can't really do this thing that I've set up here. I can't multiply the different sides by different things. So what I need to do is actually multiply both sides by the same things. That means 17 plus n also has to be over here, and 9 also has to be over here. Now stuff's going to cross out fine. Right, there's all my crossouts, and look what we get. 9 times 7 plus n equals 5 times 17 plus n. This should look a whole lot easier to solve. We're just going to break open those parentheses and see what we get. So 63 plus 9n equals, 85, I think. 85 plus 5n. So I'm going to subtract 5n from each side. And you get 4n over here. I'm going to subtract 63 from both sides. And that gives me 22. So n is equal to, from the looks of it, 5.5 red marbles have to be added to the bag. Well, good luck adding half a marble, right? This means you have to add 6 marbles to get at least a 5 over 9 chance, right? There's that word, at least. So yeah, this took longer than doing it by guess and check. And I think in this case, guess and check is actually the superior method if you're in a time crunch. But this might be useful for you sometime. So keep this idea in your pocket.